Brought to you by the free Easton Fitness app. If not now, when? Welcome to Easton Fitness Real Stories, featuring unscripted real testimonials from our gym members and personal training clients.
Hi, my name is Jim Franklin. I live in Brockton, place on the west side, only about 3 miles from here. I come over to Easton Fitness because it's convenient to my house and because I've got a pretty long, deep connection to many of the people who come here. When I first started working with a trainer, I was working at a newspaper, the Boston Globe, where I eventually retired from after 43 years. I've got about 45 years in the news business. I used to find this convenient because I could work out in the daytime, and I was working evenings at that time, 4:30 to 12:30. And it was great to have the break and the social contact of coming over here and working with people who had become friends with me. It was delight. Excuse me. I knew Easton Fitness when we were working in a garage. It was pretty good for a garage, but it wasn't this facility. And I was with you when you went to a much smaller studio in the same plaza. But this place is much, much bigger, has a lot more equipment, and has been able to accommodate many more people. It's been kind of a delight, not only athletically, if you will, but socially. My first goal in coming to work with a trainer, and I didn't know who I would end up with, was simple survival. I had some health problems, and I desperately needed to increase my level of activity and to work on some of the mobility problems that I developed over a period of very sedentary work in my employment. I looked forward to having people who would pay attention to me and my needs, which have changed over time. But one of the things that has happened is I've lost 75 pounds in the course of my enlistment with Easton Fitness. Now, that's not a direct contribution, but the level of activity and the encouragement to be consistent and faithful in appointments has really helped me to reach that goal. I'm still big, but I'm a lot better than I was. When I started working with Easton Fitness, I was working with the two owners at the time, Dayne and Joe Friz. But as time went on, they've added a number of other trainers who have been an interesting and changing cast of characters. And one of the interesting things for me is because I have my own set of changing needs, all of them, no matter what their background, have paid attention to the client who's in front of them. They've asked questions and they talk to each other, believe it or not, so that if I'm limited because of a muscle problem or some other kind of health issue, they'll pay attention to that and it will be reflected in subsequent workouts. So that's a great environment for an old fellow like me who's trying to keep at it and keep steady.
Jim, tell me a little bit about what time of day and how many times per week you work with the different trainers at Easton Fitness.
I work mainly in the mornings, very rarely at other times of day. I used to work a whole lot earlier when I could work alongside a small group who were being coached, trained by the talented people who work here. But as time has gone on, my health needs have changed and have increased, and I'm getting more personal attention. And now I'm coming later in the morning. I find that the gym is very busy early. It's less busy at the middle of the morning or later when I'm coming these days. I come 3 times a week, and I'm also working with our flexibility trainer, Kristen Lassard, and that's a 4th time that I get to come over to Easton Fitness, and I'm not complaining. I really like it. I would suggest that people come and do the introductory interview with Joe Friz, the owner of the gym, or with another one of the trainers, which will give you an idea of the overall program. It is one way to get a picture. They'll walk you around and give you a chance to see equipment and the people who are here. But best is to sign up for something that fits with your schedule at least a couple of days, better 3 days a week, so that you can have a chance to take a taste. That is the best way to evaluate and see how it fits with your needs and your interests and your degree of sociability in this situation.